Hello students, welcome to Target AES. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Let us continue with our module number 3 of tension members. And in this module, I am going to continue from shear lag. Okay? So in the last module, I have taught you what is shear lag, right? I hope you understood that. In simple language, if I have two members connected, let us say in the two members, I have one angle. Not only angle, it could be C-section or anything which have arms, more than one arms. Okay, so angle section le liya, and if I am connecting only one leg or one outstand of my angle to the main member using the bolts, and the other member is lying idle, then we will be developing a shear lag. That means this outstand will not effectively participate in giving strength to my geometry. I hope it is very clear, right? Let us try to understand virginal leg किस तरह से दिखेगा. It will be looking something like this, right? Virginal, that is a cross sectional diagram. This is cross sectional diagram. Virginal diagram, it should be something like this, right? Let us say this is my main plate. On that I am attaching an I section. Let us say this is my I section. Okay, let us say this is my I section. Okay, so this I section I am attaching to the main plate one using bolts. Okay, मैंने bolts use करके attach कर दिया. So when I am applying the force P, टेंशन अप्लाई कर रहा हूं, सो दिस पार्ट विल इफेक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेट इन टेकिंग दिस टेंसाइल स्ट्रेसेस, बट ये जो आउटस्टैंड है, एज इट इज नॉट कनेक्टेड टू द मेन मेंबर, इट विल नॉट गिव इट्स 100% ऑफ द स्ट्रेंथ. ओके, इट विल नॉट 100% कंट्रीब्यूट इन गिविंग स्ट्रेंथ टू दिस ज्योमेट्री. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम इंट्रोड्यूसिंग अ टर्म कॉल्ड ए shear lag. ओके, यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, shear lag हो रहा है. The outstand is not effectively participating in giving strength. So what can you do to remove this case of shear lag? What can you do so that the outstand will also effectively participate in giving me strength? So what I can do is I can bolt it on one side. On the other side, I can use a lug angle. Lug angle is a small angle section. That's it. Okay, so I will be bolting that lug angle, and I will be bolting my angle section with a lug angle. That's it. So as my outstand is also now bolted indirectly to the gusset plate or whatever plate, so it will be giving more strength now. I hope it is very clear, right? So in normal case, kitna strength kam raha hai? Okay, if there is no lug angle, use it. You have an angle section something like this, only one side connected, other side free, then how much loss of strength is taking place? For that I am using a shear lag factor called as beta. क्या यूज कर रहा हूं मैं, एक shear lag factor यूज कर रहा हूं, बीटा. So the strength I am multiplying with the shear lag factor, the strength I am multiplying with the shear lag factor, so that I will be getting the strength after application of this shear lag. ठीक है, obviously this beta should be less than 1 because shear lag से क्या हो रहा है, strength कम रहा है, right? So obviously this beta should be less than 1. कितना है मिनिमम लिमिट, कितना है इसका, it is 0.7. it cannot be less than 0.7. याद रख लो, काफी इंपॉर्टेंट बिट है, very frequently asked. What is the minimum value of shear lag factor? Answer is 0.7. It cannot go below that. That means if let us say the strength, initial strength is 100 units, after multiplying with shear lag factor, your strength is now, let us say, minimum, worst possible case, 70 units. Okay, so the decrease in strength cannot be more than 30%. Even if there is a shear lag, decrease in strength cannot be more than 30%. अगर आपको ये 30% भी रिडक्शन नहीं चाहिए तो लग एंगल आप यूज कर सकते हैं. Concept is clear, very important bit. This 0.7 it can be asked, or he can interchange the terms, and 30% जो है वो भी पूछ सकता है, right? I hope it is very clear, right? You won't be getting confused. So this beta value, you know, obviously it will be in the range of 1 to 0.7. ये तो clear हो गया है, right? Worst possible case it is 0.7. But what is the exact value of beta? Beta shear lag factor exact value, this is very important. 99% chance है that problem will not be given to you. अगर problem दे दिया ना, बहुत सर दर्द हो जाएगा. It will be asked for like 2 marks for gate, possibility is there, but even for gate level also it will get little bit complicated. So I'm not expecting a question to come directly based on this formula. Instead of that, he will give directly your shear lag factor is 0.8. Consider shear lag factor as 0.8. Like that a question can come. But for the worst case, अगर उसको question paper काफी hard set करना है gate वाले को, then in that case he can not give beta value directly. He would say just calculate the strength and so are the different variables. That is one possibility, but worst possibility. I am not expecting that, but I am expecting this question to come directly in state PSCs and SSC JE for 1 mark. Okay, so beta, what is the shear lag factor formula? There will be 4 options and you have to pick the right answer. The formula is 1.4 minus 0.0076, sorry 0.076 into W by T into Fy by Fu into Bs by Lc. Okay, formula obviously complicated है, इसीलिए I am not expecting it to come directly in GATE और ESC for 2 marks. शायद ESC 20 marks के लिए आ सकता है, but state PSC SSC JEE direct formula very important. Beta is equals to 1.4 minus 0.076 W by T into Fy by Fu into Bs by Lc. Very important. So here what is this W T Fy Fu Bs Lc? ये आप एक बार ध्यान में रख लीजिएगा. Fy you know yield stress of your steel, Fu ultimate strength of your steel. These two terms you know, right? Fy क्या हो गया? Yield strength हो गया. Fu क्या हो गया? Ultimate strength हो गया. So what is this W? W is nothing but your outstand width. If you are using an angle, let us say this is your outstand which is free and this is the angle leg which is connected to your main member. ठीक है, so outstand width क्या हो जाएगा? ये हो गया आपका outstand width, the width of the angle's arm which is free to air, which is not connected with any bolts, that is your outstand width, divided by T. T you know thickness of your plate. Okay, Fy Fu you know, Bs by Lc. Lc आके क्या है? Length of end connection. That means it is nothing but the distance to outermost bolt. Okay, if you are using the bolts, the distance to the outermost bolt का जो भी length है, I am calling it as Lc. Okay, length of end connection, length of connection, you can just remember it as Lc. Length of connection, you just have to measure the distance to the end bolt, that's it. Lc आपको आ जाएगा. Then Bs, ये काफी important है, shear lag width. What is this shear lag width? Shear lag कहाँ से कहाँ तक आ रहा है? This you should try to understand. So this is quite complicated. Directly a question can come. If I have to form a question paper and it has to be really hard, even for 1 mark, I can ask this question. What is shear lag width? A diagram could be provided to you and the units will be given like this: 100, this distance is like some gauge distance is like some 50. Okay, and the thickness of the plate provided you is some 20. Then calculate what is your shear lag width. This could be a possible question for SSC JEE and state PSCs, and here you have to remember the formula. If you are using the bolts, then your shear lag length जो भी है, it is the width of outstand. Obviously ये तो common sense है, बहुत सारे लोग यही BS समझेंगे. No, the width of outstand is equals to your shear lag width only if it is welded. अगर यहाँ पे बोल्ट कर रहे हो ना, तो ये वाला पार्ट भी हमको कंसिडर करना है as a shear lag width. Okay, so what it will be? It will be W, that is width of outstand, plus the gauge, यहाँ पे G से represent कर रहा हूँ, that is nothing but the distance to a bolt. Okay, bolt symmetry जहाँ पे भी आ रहा है वहां तक का distance minus thickness. Okay, so this is the formula which you should be remembering for safe side. I am not expecting this much hard question to come, but अगर एग्जाम में आता है, you should have an advantage over students of other coaching centers. ठीक है, so remember this as a very important bit, shear lag width, first important bit. Second important bit, direct formula, beta is equals to 1.4 minus 0.076 into W by T into Fy by Fu into Bs by Lc, length of connection, that's it. And remember this, whatever beta you are getting, it should be always greater than equals to what? 0.7. It should be always greater than equals to 0.7. But end of story, right? And there is also one more clause which could be asked. This beta should always be less than Fu by Fy into gamma m naught by gamma m1. Gamma m naught का value याद रख लो, it is 1.1, right? And your gamma m1, it is nothing but 1.25. A beta तो आपको याद रहेगा. So your beta should always be less than equals to Fu by Fy into 1.1 divided by 1.25, and it should be greater than equals to 0.7. So this is some basic things which you have to remember. Now let me skip for now एक 5 मिनट के लिए लेंथ ऑफ वेल्ड, ग्रिप लेंथ ये स्किप कर लेंगे बस 5 मिनट के लिए. फर्स्ट लेट अस सी दिस सेक्शन व्हिच इज कंटिन्यूएशन लोड कैरिंग कैपेसिटी ऑफ टेंशन मेंबर. तो मैंने ये कहा था आपसे, what is the load carrying capacity of a tension member? It should be minimum of what you are getting the strength, the load carrying capacity in your gross sectional failure, net sectional failure, block shear failure and unbolting. Unbolting तो हम consider नहीं करते. इन तीन में जो भी minimum आ रहा है will be considering it as my load carrying capacity as I have explained in module number 2. And a block shear failure भी हम लोग check नहीं करते. No need to worry much. Mostly what you have to do is whenever he is asking to check what is the load carrying capacity of a tension member, all you have to do is you have to calculate what is the strength when a gross sectional failure is taking place and net fracture failure is taking place, and minimum of these two will be nothing but your load carrying capacity of tension member. Load carrying capacity of tension member as per your limit state method. अगर working state method जो पहले था 2007 से पहले था, it was much easier, it was very simple. Sigma due to this tension, sigma actual tension into your area net, that's it. कुछ ग्रॉस सेक्शन के लिए देखने की जरूरत नहीं है, कुछ ब्लॉक शेयर के लिए देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. इफ इट इज वर्किंग स्ट्रेस मेथड ब्लाइंडली इट वाज सो इजी. सिग्मा 80 into a net. For example, if your Fy was 250, sigma 80 was 0.6 Fy, right? So 0.6 into 250 was 150. 150 into a net कर लो, आपको आपका आंसर आ जाएगा. It was so simple, right? It was so simple, so simple. But now obviously you have to check whether it is going gross sectional failure or net fracture. So PT will be minimum of these two things. So in gross sectional failure your load carrying capacity is your gross area into load चाहिए. load कैसे आएगा? load is nothing but stress into area, right? stress into area. So my gross area into stress. stress क्या हो जाएगा? stress is Fy in the steel. पार्शियल फैक्टर ऑफ सेफ्टी तो यूज करना ही पड़ेगा ऑलवेज. सो Ag into Fy by 1.1. गामा m नॉट भी लिख सकते हो और यू कैन डायरेक्टली राइट इट एज 1.1. इट इज अप टू यू. Ag into Fy by 1.1. So that is your load carrying capacity when I am assuming a gross sectional failure is taking place and net rupture is taking place. Then your formula will be A net. Net area just total area minus number of bolts और staggered है तो I told you right, p square by 4g extra आ जाएगा. So that one you have to make sure what is the A net into 0.9 Fu divided by gamma m1 आ जाएगा. Gamma m1 is nothing but 1.25. Always whenever you are seeing Fu, it is corresponded with the partial factor of safety of 1.25. Every time you see Fy, it is corresponded with the factor of safety 1.1. राइट. कुछ टेंशन लेने की बात नहीं, काफी सिंपल है. दिस विल बी रिपीटेड सो मेनी टाइम्स एंड यू विल बी एडजस्टेड टू इट. ओके, फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइमर्स दे विल बी कंफ्यूज. Fu by 1.1 कब आएगा, Fu by 1.25 कब आएगा, Fy by 1.1 कब आएगा. बट विथ प्रैक्टिस once you solve 10-12 questions it will be like peanuts for you. So Ag into Fy by 1.1 when you are considering your gross strength. If you want net strength then A net into 0.9 Fu by 1.25. okay, डन. सो नाउ लेट अस सी दिस इन डिटेल. ये जो नेट स्ट्रेंथ है ये थोड़ा डिटेल में देखते हैं. लेट अस से इफ ओनली वन एंगल वन लेग ऑफ माय एंगल सेक्शन इज कनेक्टेड, ओके, एंड अदर इज फ्री. ठीक है, वन लेग इज फ्री, वन leg is connected, then what will happen to your P net? okay, load carrying capacity when net rupture is taking place कितना हो जाएगा. so this is a very important thing, याद रख लो, काफी important है. यहाँ पे we have to multiply by beta. okay, यहाँ पे आ रहा है shear lag factor. okay, this is a very important bit. shear lag factor is coming into the play because only one leg is connected, other leg is free to air. तो क्या हो जाएगा? very simple, it is nothing much. so in the previous case it was A net into 0.9 Fu divided by 1.25, right? Let us be very clear. Here one leg is connected to my main member, right? So let us say the area of this connected member is ANC. ठीक है, area of this connected member is ANC. So ANC into same 0.9 Fu by 1.25. इसमें कोई चेंज नहीं रहेगा. चेंज आ रहा है इसमें, strength is decreasing only in my other arm, right? So in that what I am doing is I am multiplying with beta. ओके, शेयर लैग फैक्टर, यहाँ पे अब AN नहीं यूज करेंगे, AG यूज कर देंगे, ठीक है, सीधा AG यूज कर देंगे. ग्रॉस, बिकॉज वहां पे रप्चर नहीं हो रहा है ऑन दिस आर्म. कैन यू सी रप्चर? सी, लेट अस बी वेरी क्लियर. This arm there is a bolt, so along this bolt obviously it is going to rupture. Let us try to understand with the diagram. Okay, so यहाँ पे bolts है, so it could rupture along this plane. यहाँ पे तो कोई rupture plane बन ही नहीं रहा है ना, so obviously I cannot use ANC anymore. I am going for AG formula. So as it is gross area, so I will be just multiplying by F5 into 1.1 into F5 divided by 1.1. That's it. This is your net load carrying capacity when only one leg is connected to your main member. याद रखोगे. So एक ग्रॉस एरिया ऑफ आउटस्टैंड ऑब्वियसली राइट, ये याद रखोगे ना, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है आपको. सो वन लेग इज कनेक्टेड, तो इसका एरिया ANC बन जाएगा. द अदर लेग विच इज नॉट कनेक्टेड दैट विल बी एरिया ऑफ आउटस्टैंड, ग्रॉस एरिया ऑफ योर आउटस्टैंड लेग. सो सिंपल, याद रखोगे. This is a headache obviously because you have to multiply with beta, solve, and in examination you have to do only this after 2008. If the question comes you have to do only this, but for preliminary sizing all these headaches, अगर आपको बीटा पहचाना नहीं है, कुछ भी पहचाना नहीं है, then you can take your net load carrying capacity as alpha into A net into 0.9 FU divided by 1.25. so just in to this previous case ये जो फॉर्मूला बन रहा था Pn is equals to A net into 0.9 Fu by 1.25. I am using the same, even if I have a shear lag, I am using the same, but I am just multiplying as the shear lag is coming. I am just multiplying with an constant alpha. ये alpha का value होता है 0.6 if we are using bolts which is less than equals to 2. If more than 2 bolts or 3 let us say 3 bolts are used, then 0.7. More than 4 bolts are used, 0.8, and for welds it is 0.8. So question आ सकता है, let us say to a main plate and an angle plate is connected using the welds. What is your net load carrying capacity? So you need not worry much because nothing is given. You can consider alpha as 0.8 into A net of whatever is there. A net means the total area of my angle section minus whatever area you are reducing because of the bolt. That's it, right? So A net into 0.9 Fu divided by 1.25. That's it. You will be getting your net load carrying capacity. याद रखोगे. Let us summarize this. If you have steel members, okay, and you are subjecting it to tension, then obviously in this diagram there is no shear lag because there is no outstand leg which is sliding idle. So strain will be linear, no shear lag, and in this case obviously my Pn will be nothing but 0.9 A net into Fu by 1.25. Very simple, right? इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा आपको. But if you have some angle section connected, let us say you have some angle section connected, okay, so the angle section leg which is connected, it will fully participate in your rupture. So your Pn value will be again 0.9 A area of leg connected, this connected leg only of that area into Fu by 1.25 plus this part the outstand which is experiencing shear lag, therefore shear lag factor आ जाएगा into yielding formula whatever is there, Fi divided by 1.1 into area, gross area of this outstand. only ये outstand का area हमको multiply करना है. So this will be your formula. So or else if he has given 2 bolts are used, 3 bolts are used, or welding is done for preliminary sizing, okay, this is not the exact method. We should go only for this method. There is one alternative method in which you can just use alpha A net Fu by 1.25, where alpha value is 0.6 if bolts is less than equals to 2. Obviously minimum bolts are 2, so in that case alpha is 0.6. if bolt is 3 then 0.7, bolts greater than equals to 4 then 0.8, and even for welds it is 0.8. डन. ये याद रखोगे, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है आपको यहाँ पे. बट आई एम टीचिंग यू वन मोर ऑल्टरनेटिव. You can use this alternative freely in examinations without any problem. So what I'm doing is I'm using the same formula even if I have something like this, okay, I'm connecting an angle section something like this, okay, and only one side connected. Even in this case, what I can do is I can use the formula Pn is equals to A net into 0.9 FU by 1.25. आप बोल सकते हो सर कैसे आओ? What I am doing is for this A net I am modifying it a bit. ठीक है, I am modifying my A net by a bit. For example, let us say सिर्फ एंगल का डायग्राम हम ले लेंगे यहाँ पे, ठीक है. So let us say this is attached one, this is connected leg, this is your connected leg. So let us say the area of connected leg is A1 and your outstand is A2. Okay, area, cross sectional area of your outstand is A2 and connected leg is A1. ठीक है. So A net is nothing but A1, which is the connected leg, the entire net area I am taking, plus this entire area is not actually participating in shear light, in giving shear. So what I am doing is I am multiplying with some constant K and A2. Okay, obviously K value will be less than 1. So this will be my net area. So I can substitute that net area in this formula and I can directly use without any problem. My Pn will be nothing but A net into 0.9 Fu by 1.25, where A net is A1, the entire net area of connected leg, plus K into A2. Now here comes what is the K value. K value बहुत सारे books में different दिया है as per ESC previous question books. Okay, let me make it very clear. In IS code book this method is not mentioned. IS code book only this is mentioned. A formula है ना, सिर्फ A ही formula mentioned है, the formula which you have stressed so far. There is no mentioning of this formula. I am telling you from previous year question papers. So in that they have used K value as 3A1 by 3A1 plus A2. Okay, obviously this value will be less than 1. So whenever you are substituting here near A2, you will be getting A net. So A net आप substitute कर लो यहाँ पे, you will be getting your Pn value. I hope it is very clear. Let me erase this. Just give me a second. Let me erase all this. Yeah. So I'm going to teach you one small important concept for state PSCs and SSC JEE 1 mark bit, which is formula for block shear plates. See, I have told you the strength of your tension member will be minimum of your gross strength, net strength and your block shear strength, right? But basically in examination you need not do for block shear, you can just do for gross and net, whatever is the minimum that will be your strength, that's it. Okay, no need to check for block shear. Block shear कब होता है? When your both members are extremely strong and connections are closer, only in that case block shear can happen. If you avoid that condition तो block shear नहीं होने वाला. So you need not check for that. But in examination state PS is direct, a bit can be asked. So 4 formulas will be given ABCD and there are 2 conditions in which you can have experience this block shear. So in these 2 conditions, any condition will be given and he will be asking what is the right answer. Okay, so how to select the right answer, let me tell you very clearly. Formulas are quite simple and it is quite similar to that of your A net of your angle section. Okay, when one leg is connected, काफी simple था. What was the formula? A net. Okay, so let us write it as AN into 0.9 FU by 1.25 plus AG, beta आता है, beta into AG F5 by 1.1. Right, this was the thing when one leg of my angle was connected and other leg was lying idle, right? तो वहाँ पे क्या आ रहा है, shear lag आ रहा था. So remove that beta. Now we are not talking about shear lag factor, we are talking about block shear failure, right? So we are talking about block shear failure. सिर्फ A section टूट के आ रहा है and as a block and this plate are separate now. So this is the phenomena here. So let us be very clear what I am going to do. Let us try to understand. There are 2 conditions in which it can fail. One is shear yield and tension fracture and second case is tension yield and shear fracture. ठीक है? So let me make it very clear. यहाँ पे 2 term है, yield and fracture. Yield and fracture. Tell me in this formula which part represents yield and which part represents fracture. This part represents fracture rate. A net क्या है? Fracture का है. Because whenever we have bolts and whenever you are applying load along this weaker plane, you can see a fracture. That's why A net into 0.9 FU by 1.25 came, right? That's what I have explained you before. So this is related to fracture and this A gross, obviously this is related to yield. In gross, whatever is there, we used to get yielding, right? So this is the term which is giving you yield strength and this is the term which is giving you fracture strength. It is very clear for you. Now let us see shear yield and tension fracture. So if you have something, tension is applied like this and shear is acting in the direction perpendicular to it. So tension में क्या हो रहा है, tension fracture हो रहा है. So this term is under tension and this term shear का क्या हो रहा है, yield हो रहा है. This term is under shear. So whatever term is there, shear strength, always remember I have told you factor of safety is multiplied by 1 by root 3, right? So just in previous case there was beta, अब बीटा के बदले में आप यूज कर रहे हो 1 by root 3. That's it. काफी simple है. There is nothing you have to remember. Wherever you are getting shear, you have to divide the strength divided by root 3. I have told you previously. So here it is shear yield. So yield term whatever is there, you just have to multiply by root 3. That's it. Okay, I hope it is very clear for you. If you do that, you will be getting your marks. So next, let us see the next case, which is tension yield and shear fracture. Tension yield and shear fracture. So I will write this formula and you will be more than clear. A net into 0.9 by 1.25 Fu plus Ag into Fi divided by 1.1. This was my formula and here is saying tension yield and shear fracture. ठीक है. So shear में क्या हो रहा है, fracture हो रहा है, which is the fracture part. This is fracture part and this is yield part. Shear में fracture हो रहा है, so just to multiply 1 by root 3 because you will be getting shear strength corresponding to that. So and tension में क्या हो रहा है, yield हो रहा है. This part is of tension, no need to change, no need to multiply with any coefficient. Wherever shear is coming, you just have to multiply by 1 by root 3 or divided by root 3. That's it. So if you are doing that, you will be getting this form, 0.9 by root 3 into 1.25 into Fu. Right, you can see that, right? So एक बार notes में देख लेना है formula. In your normal notes it is not given, in lecture notes I am writing it, so please be careful. So 1 mark you will be getting if you tick the right answer. So use your common sense and write. And this one I have already explained you. The strength as per working stress method, it is very simple. Sigma 80 axial tension में कितना stress बन रहा है into area, net area. Gross area failure is not considered when it comes to working stress method. It is only net area, only one formula and you will be getting your working stress method answer. So here I would like to stop this module. So in the next module I will be ending this tension members topic and I will solve 2 problems. It will be more than enough for you. Okay? So only critical failure path, a very important topic for solving questions, and then slenderness ratio, and ऊपर का एक छोटा सा पार्ट मिस हो गया था ना, वो भी हम देख लेंगे. ठीक है, I have told you one part I will teach you later on, so that also we will check. Length of weld and grip length, this is like 1 minute topic, not a problem. So we have to focus on this because it is a very important topic, critical failure path. I am taking a break because you should understand this in a better way. Okay, so we'll start critical failure path in the next module and this will be completion of this wonderful topic which is tension members.